this Ramadan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back for our last segment here on News and Views with me, Aisha Kaji at Salam Media. We're going now to Fired Up with Ashraf Gangrekar, and the theme for today, seeing as we segueing from the days of mercy, the first Ashra of Ramadan, the first 10 days, into the second 10 days of Ramadan, which are the days of forgiveness. We have with us Ashraf Gangrekar talking to us today about forgiveness. Ashraf, welcome. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Walaikum salam, rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Aisha, and to the listenership of Salam Media. Wonderful, by Allah's mercy, to be with you again. Aisha, thank you for the introduction.
Thank you, Ashraf, for being with us. And as I said, what do you have to teach us today about this wonderful concept of forgiveness?
Teach is the
Well, you know,
sure,
we
teach
know
is
we
the
should
big
all
word,
make
Aisha. So let me just say share.
Yes.
Sure. No, I want to speak. So we all know, alhamdulillah, as you said in the introduction, we are heading into the next 10 days, the second Ashra of the days of Ramadan, and that's the days of forgiveness. So I just want to touch on two things, right? The first part is when Allah it's repeated in the Quran, and He repeatedly says that, turn to me in pardon, and would you not like Allah to forgive you? And Allah is most forgiving. And we know this, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. So today, though, and as in the little chats that we've tried to have, Aisha, is to speak to, so how does this impact on my life? This is the first part. So the first part is for us to be saying constantly, oh Allah, forgive us. The best example is in the greatest of creation, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who then says to his companions in an authentic hadith, I ask, and some of the narrations say 70 times a day, and other narrations say 100 times, I seek forgiveness from my Lord. This is of the greatest of creation, never ever committing any sin, etc. So what then are we supposed to do? So obviously, to ask Allah for His forgiveness, to keep our lips moist with the dhikr of La ilaha illallah, and forgive us, Ameen, inshallah. However, and we must have the understanding that if we were to seek as we must seek Allah's forgiveness, then in order for us to receive that, we must be able to forgive others as well. This is a very difficult thing. It's very easy to say, oh no, I forgive you. But quite honestly, the result, to be honest, the anger, the hatred could remain with you. It's always uniquely English saying to say, I forgive you, but I'll never forget this. I can't forget this. I forgive you. You've not forgiven. And so if we are saying to each other that, no, you need to make istighfar, we want Allah's forgiveness. And, it's a particularly common trait here in Cape Town. When persons are going for Umrah or Hajj, they'll go and visit the friends and family. And they always say, if I've said or done anything wrong, please forgive me. And so we need, though, I'm just asking everybody, and maybe those who listen to us or podcast, whatever, that you pause and ask yourself, what does this mean? Do you, and I speak to myself first, yes, do you have this ability to forgive? That you will cleanse of your heart and say to this human being, you have wronged me. I accept and I forgive you, and let us move on. This is not as easy as simply to be said, no, it's okay, I forgive you, and then have the lingering anger, the lingering resentment, and when you next meet this person to say, this is the person who did this. And then I want to quickly jump to a very, very crucial part for me personally, Aisha, is the ability to forgive yourself. Now, this might sound a bit strange, but
Very
I know
important.
this is crucial. We all, make mistakes. I mean, Allah has created us, weak, and we will make mistakes, etc. There are some people who carry this mistake with them that manifests itself in severe guilt that will lead to severe, quite honestly, mental hygiene issues, I want to call it that. And so I want to say to you this, I just want to say quickly, and I know my time is limited, the 4 R's of self-forgiveness. Take responsibility. Say to yourself, no, I acknowledge I made this mistake. Take responsibility. Show some remorse that, this is unacceptable, and
Mhm.
I really feel bad. Let there be a restoration. Say to the person or to whoever, to Allah, that look, I am sorry I did that. And let there be renewal so that you move forward. I close with this, Aisha. Just stop and think. If the Lord of the worlds, in whose hands our lives are, who is, sustains us, nourishes us, if he invites us to come to him, seek forgiveness, even if the sins are as high as the mountain or the foam on the sea,
Mhm.
who are you and I not to forgive ourselves and others? Never ever despair in the mercy, the love, and the hope of Allah Almighty. Learn to forgive, shed the shackles of guilt and anger and hatred, and live a life free of negative emotion, inshallah. That's it,
Ameen,
Aisha.
ameen. I mean, Alhamdulillah, that was so beautiful, Ashraf. Thank you so much. So we leave you listeners with that thought. Forgive ourselves and others with sincerity, with conviction, and that will help us to renew ourselves, to shed the self guilt and the other negative emotions that come with not being able to forgive ourselves and not being able to forgive others. It's a hard ask, but if Allah can forgive such magnitude of sins, then surely we should know that Allah loves to forgive. He says He loves to forgive, so we should love to do so as well. Thank you very much for your time, Ashraf, and thank you to the listeners and viewers of Salam Media for being with me over the last 2 hours. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. With that, we'll see you on the other side of this tomorrow morning, inshallah.